Is there?
Yeah.
Is it? Do you see it?
Yeah. There's a hole in there.
Well, where?
Right there.
Well, like poke it so I can feel.
I just.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, fuck, we're live? Dude, who pushed? Guys.
Wasn't ready yet.
What
Thanks,
the
guys. That was awesome.
Fuck.
How embarrassing was that, dude? What's up, guys? Sorry you had to see that.
I'm not.
Fuck it. Yeah, I don't have any shame.
Yeah, no holds barred.
Welcome to another session of the Couch Podcast. Live. There we go.
Yeah.
We're doing it again, coming to you live from New York City.
Radio City Music Hall.
We have the greatest, funniest, and sexiest stories to talk about, and funny ha-has, and all sorts of stuff. The title kind of says a little bit of what we're going to talk about tonight, but not all of it. Not all of it. We're not going to give that away for free.
On a different site, maybe, but
I think your mic's muted.
that's huge. Mic check? No, there's like a really big pad. Wait.
Nope.
Mic check. Oh my lord.
Yeah, Phil, our sound guy, was notioning, telling me that Tyler was muted. That's how I knew that. Thanks, Phil.
And his wife, Phyllis.
Phil and Phyllis.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate when couples have like similar names.
It's the worst.
My brother, when he was in high school, he had this friend, and his name was Jamie.
Yeah. Phil's favorite hockey team, actually, the Philly Flyers.
Terrible team. Except Jamie was dating a girl who, get this, was named Jamie. So, and it doesn't get much more similar than that, of having like your girlfriend has literally the same spelling too, which is cool. So there's like no differentiation in the names other than who owns that version. So then when they'd be like, oh, you want to invite the Jamies? And people were just like, oh, because it's like annoying to like.
And it's not like they're married. It's not like, oh, their last name is Jamie. It's like they're just cringe.
Yeah. So obviously their relationship totally worked out, and they're married now, and they have kids who are all named Jamie as well.
Wait, so hang on. Would that automatically make you Jamie the third if you're the first kid? Because there's already two others.
No, they didn't even go with that. They just rocked with Jamie. No second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. They have 10 kids, but all named Jamie. It gets really confusing.
Different spellings.
Nope.
Oh.
Well, so kind of. They just added an M. So that's what separates each kid. Jamie. You just have to accentuate the longevity of the M's.
Dude, as if you were one of the kids, you would have to like exactly know how long your M's were.
Yeah, if I was the second one, I'd just go by M&M. 2 M's.
I would go, if I was the third one, I'd go by triple M.
Triple M?
Yeah, like Triple H, but lesser.
That's stupid. And then they had, on the 10th one, they named it Jaime.
Oh, for the 10th one, I was going to go, mama. You'll never catch me when I shift into the thirst trap sound.
Oh, yeah, I like the plankton one, too.
Yeah.
Is that the same one you're talking about? Okay.
He's like, you'll never catch me when I shift into
This is what TikTok has done to society.
G'day, lads. How are we doing in this
What's up,
night?
Phoenix? Were you doing that? Were you doing the Australian accent? Because
No, that's how I sound. That's the voice of my people. I can't even say that without smiling. That's just
hard.
I
saw that. I wasn't sure if you were doing that to be funny or if you knew that Phoenix was from Australia.
I remember
Australia,
mate.
Australia.
Yeah, they live in the center where nobody else lives.
Actually, I think they're pretty special. They have their own fucking continent.
I think that area is what Borderlands was based off of. We don't know what's out there,
and Mad Max.
But probably like crazy people.
I just imagine the animals out there in like the safari areas. They're just like On the outskirts, closer to the cities, they're like the safari. And then the further you get in, it just turns into like Mad Max shit, where like the kangaroos are riding on these like bamboo fucking built.
That's where all the animals that
vehicles.
can actually talk go, because they're like, "Oh, we don't want to be near these cunts."
Yeah, these cons who can't speak, mate. They
Yeah.
suck.
It's throwing in the kangaroo on the Bobby, you know?
Australia, if the weather doesn't kill you, the fucking animals will. Nah.
Yeah, or the forest fires.
Maybe
or
most
whatever you wanna
people.
call them, brush fires.
Not me. I'm built different.
I guess it can't really burn again, right? It's already. It's all
Actually,
burnt
I
up.
went to Australia and I killed all the animals. So I don't know what anyone was talking about. I
Except
bit
for
a spider
Kangaroo Jack.
and my venom killed the spider.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
It's hard to hold down a relationship for me because they keep dying.
Mm. You want to talk about that? You want to unpack that here on stream? Or?
No,
Okay.
it was
Next time maybe.
My PI's watching, so
Okay. Yeah. Your private investigator, and your parole officer, your PO.
no, my PI.
Sure. Okay. Your PP.
My I don't want. They don't make me say it on here. Come on.
Parental observer. That's not good.
No. Anyways, you want to bring up the you want to bring up your first topic of discussion?
What was your childhood crush?
Who was my childhood crush?
Yeah, or what? You could be an object, I guess, now, because that's why I phrased the question initially.
We're talking about like celebrity crushes.
Yeah,
Okay.
ideally. That we already talked about horrible childhood crushes that are like.
Anime, like cartoon women that we were
we
really
didn't-
into.
Oh yeah, and it wasn't, but that wasn't anime, but American
Just,
anime.
You know, cartoons.
Yeah,
right.
that's what American anime is.
Mickey Mouse, my favorite American anime.
As long as it's made in America, it's American anime.
I would say my first crush was probably Daisy Duck.
Mm.
I don't know. There's something about just like the way she
We already-
spoke, but not like Donald.
Right. So, remember how like just 4 seconds ago we were talking about not cartoon characters.
Yeah, that wasn't a cartoon character. It was an American anime character.
Right. My bad. That's on me, honestly. You know, but like a realistic, real human being person.
I'm trying to. I have to think back about that because I can't. I don't think I can remember like my first one, but I do remember the first time. Oh, was it that one? I can't remember. All right, I'll stick with the one I can remember the most vividly. The first time I saw a girl on the TV and my weenie tingled and my balls got all like, "What's happening to me?" I think it was Brenda Song, I think, was like the first
That's a
one.
great
I
one.
saw her on TV and I was like, "Mom, what's going on?" Mom. But I watched a lot more American animes, or as the idiots call it, cartoons.
Yeah.
So there was more cartoon characters that I was ball tingled by.
Yeah.
Ty Lee just. It's hard for me to think of women without first thinking of Ty Lee.
Yeah. Women that can't fucking shut down body parts on me.
Mm-hmm. I want her
Don't
to
want
chi
it.
block my balls
Yeah. Well,
with her tongue.
wait. Whoa. That'd be insane. It's like now I can't come.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did you
It's
bring
better than a
protection?
condom.
No,
Don't need it.
but you have a tongue. Chi
You can
block
you
my
can
cum.
cum block.
Yeah.
Maybe all
cum
waterbenders
blocking?
can cum bend, you know. So
Y-
that's something to
And
think
that's
about.
been a really like that has honestly been a very large curiosity in my life. If like Aang and Katara are like getting at it, and he's like, "Katara, do the thing," and she's like,
It all just
and
slurps out.
he's like, "Ah!" And then he goes into the Avatar state, and then it's like a spiritual, just like shoots out.
Oh, it's like a geyser.
A geezer. No, it's not your grandpa that shoots out. There's a reason why. There's a reason why the bitches call my dick Old Faithful.
Because it's old. Because
Because they don't know where it's located, and people don't want to see it because it's boring and
it shoots
one
out
cares
boiling
anymore.
hot.
because it shoots out lethal hot water. I just shoot. It's like those videos when people go outside with a bucket or not
outside?
a bucket.
What's that? Like?
Why am I
A
like
bucket
a
and a
kettle?
mop?
Let's say like a kettle
Oh.
of like boiling water,
Okay, yeah.
and it's like blizzard, like it's like below freezing outside.
Yeah.
And then they throw it.
It just like it gases
Yeah, it
immediately.
does. But my favorite is when they throw it up and then boiling water just lands on them, and they're like, ah! And they're like rolling in the snow. Have you seen those?
I've not seen
videos?
any fails. No,
Dude,
that's
they're
gotta be
so
fucking
funny.
hilarious.
There's this like young child, and he's like, "Watch this!" And then he like throws it up, and he's like, "Ah!" And it just lands on his back, and he immediately jumps in the snow and starts like pushing himself around to like cool himself off in the snow. It was really funny. But yeah, so Brenda Song was mine.
So mine was Selena Gomez. I'm a fucking Selena Gomez fan till I die.
I also enjoy her, but she wasn't my first.
She was 100% my first because I would watch Wizards of Waverly Place, and I'd just be like, my childhood self. I'd be on the edge of my fucking little red couch that I had in my basement of my dad's place, and I would just fucking be like listening to every word she said so intently. Yeah, but I wasn't like fucking like objectifying her. I wasn't like some fetishization of a woman.
We didn't know how to do that yet. Your skills weren't refined.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah,
they
I
are
didn't. I
now.
wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go jerk off to this. This is like just some good old fashioned parasocial love. And this is all while I still thought girls were diseased bodies and vessels of cooties. And even still, she had my heart.
I just realized mine was wrong. I just remembered who mine was, and I don't know why I didn't realize it. Haley Williams
Duh.
was like my
Right.
first one because I remember, like, I was listening to that. Like my brother showed me that, and I had like saw the CD case, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And then I opened it. It was like on their earlier albums, and I opened it and it had like a band picture, and I was like, something happened deep inside me, and I was like,
His molecules got all rearranged.
"Why is her hair red? It's like orange. It's getting hot in here." And then like listening to her voice, dude. Oh my god.
Her
Oh my god.
hair is on fire.
You're in an argument with Joey. How tall am I? I'm 6 feet.
Huh?
It's like this. But six of those.
Are you a size 12?
Yo, what's up, Max? What?
Are you a size 12?
Yeah. These are either a 12 or
Did you know that the king's foot,
yeah.
which, first off, kings,
Yeah, 12.
right? We overthrew all that. We were like, hey, no. But we're still basing our measurement system off of a literal king's foot, and his shoe size was actually 13. So, the more you know. That was a not so fun fact.
Yeah, I don't think I gave consent to that actually.
Well,
Oh my
That scared the
god, you're
shit out of me,
so
actually.
sweet.
Oh, he gifted a sub to Thyler.
hell yeah. That dude, that's a great nickname.
It's because of the shorts.
Yeah, hey, I'm here to fucking spice up the stream, man.
This is the
Showing
this is an
some leg.
OF, bro.
Yeah.
This is an OF, bro.
Look at this little like calf flex right here. Hang on. Look at that on camera.
Dude, did I talk about on stream or on anything about the picture
The picture.
of
I think if we did, I think we just we're like, yeah, we saw that, and then
dude, that was like my fucking dreams came true.
yeah, and
like,
you were on a
if-
deep dive.
Oh, I wasn't actually. It was
Oh no, you were alone.
it was
is
like
what
a scratch the surface type of dig. I was like, what is that? Like I was looking for I don't even remember what I was looking for initially because all I did was type
you were
her
looking
name
at
in.
yeah, Haley
No, I
Williams
just
boobs.
typed her name in
and then boobs
on a website. Read it. I think it's called.
yeah,
Re-
redid it, or I think
Redid
because it's
it.
got two
Yeah,
D's.
yeah,
Redid it.
Redid it. Yeah, that one. But yeah, I just typed her name in there.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you find really cool stuff.
Sure, yeah, like you could just find like cool things that other fans may not know, and then you can challenge them with your cool fan facts that you know.
Yeah. I was looking for a trivia page
Yeah.
of Haley Williams, and
Like where she was born,
I discovered probably
what her
one of
cup
like
size is.
the coolest photos I've ever seen. that she accidentally posted to Twitter years ago and then immediately took it down, and some saint saved it.
How do you accidentally ever do anything like that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But me, not mad.
Well, yeah. I don't think anybody was.
This was me. I'll do a reenaction of when I saw it. I went like this.
I feel like the only people that
Hold on.
were against that.
I'm acting right now.
Oh,
Okay, hold on. It got me out of hold on. It got me out of character.
and we're back.
Okay. The scene is me when I saw the photo.
Rips pants down.
That was what I did. I ran.
Ran to the bed so that
I
we could
ran
fucking-
away out of excitement. Have you ever done that?
Ran out of excitement.
You ever been so excited that you just fucking hopped on the heel toe express and went full steam ahead?
Yeah.
I did that. Like I was like I didn't know how to express my excitement, so I in a hotel room, by the way, I jogged around a hotel room. Do you know how small hotel rooms are?
That one was like a penthouse.
That one was pretty decent. I don't know
Yeah.
why they gave that one to me, but shout out to my work for paying for
kind
it.
of like a fucking apartment almost.
Yo, straight facts. But I jogged in like a very small circle out of excitement.
Yeah.
It took me a little while to calm down. I was like, I have to call my mom. But then I was like, wait, no, she'll get really mad for some reason. I don't know why. You know, gonna go find this picture, see you later. Dude, it was pure excitement and dopamine to the fullest extent. And I don't know if you know this, but I have a severe lack of dopamine. So
Just be dope. Just do dope shit.
I'm dope, but I'm not mean. So I don't have dopamine. I just have dope.
Yeah. That's it.
That was one of the worst jokes I've ever made, actually.
I still giggled. I still was like, damn, that's...
Hey, thanks, man, for giggling at my joke that sucked balls.
Because mine was going to be worse because mean is spelled M-I-N-E. So I was going to be like, yeah, I'm dope, but it's not mine. Like, it's somebody else's. But
Yeah.
that was going to be worse. So I'm glad you
that was
swooped in
actually-
and saved it with something that's slightly better.
Thank you for making me feel better about my joke,
Yeah,
actually.
there you
Not
go.
because you laughed, but then you said yours.
Yeah.
So, like, my confidence is, like, soaring right now. Like,
Sorry.
yeah, call my fucking confidence High School Musical because it's soaring and flying, and there's not a star in the sky that I can't reach right now. Okay.
I think we were singing that when we were fucking playing Warzone the other day.
I was singing that, yeah. And no, so I think it was Zayn said one thing, and I sang the entire chorus of that. And I could
I think
audibly
Zane said one
hear-
thing. I said soaring, flying. I didn't know anything else. And then you kept going. I was like,
I could
oh,
audibly
we're
hear
doing
through
this.
the silence that you were like, wow, that was good, and I didn't know you knew all the words.
Yeah.
And I don't know all the words. That was a lie. I didn't do that, okay? But also, High School Musical was a fucking banger of a movie when it came out in, was it 2009?
I have
think,
no
dude?
idea.
That movie's so much older than I thought it was.
Dude, it feels like I graduated high school. I don't know why I'm yawning right now, but it feels like I graduated high school like 3 years ago. And then I just sacrificed my fucking soul to Cthulhu, aka the Air Force, for 6 years.
Yeah,
that
I
one
was
here.
just sitting there the other day, and it like occurred to me that I'm coming up to 10 years out of high school, and I almost vomited and shit at the same time.
Yeah.
It was
Just
pretty
out
crazy.
of both holes.
Like, I gotta figure out what to do with my life. If I'm that close to being 10 years out of high school,
I mean, you're pretty much fucking, you're Instagram famous.
dude,
and
I am
TikTok
fucking
famous.
popping off on a lot of platforms
Yeah.
on accident. I went
Oh, yeah.
viral 2 times in 1 month on accident.
That's good numbers.
Those are good
Those
numbers.
are no longer rookie numbers. We
It's
no longer have to
consistency.
get them up.
It's
They're up.
consistent,
We just
dude.
need to keep them up.
Next month, I just have to go viral twice again
Mm.
and figure out that whole shebang.
Yeah.
You know,
You're
I haven't-
you're going viral more than women get their. That's a dumb joke.
no, go on.
The women get
I
their
believe in
periods.
you.
Yeah,
Oh,
it ended there.
it wasn't dumb. Like you, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. you
Right?
know?
No, it's worse. Yeah.
Zac Efron. Zac Efron is so attractive now. Did not have a
Very
thing for him back
nice.
then. I don't think he's that attractive ever. Like before or after he got his reconstructive jaw surgery.
I think he looks hot now.
I think he looked pretty good back then.
The stash is doing it. The stash is pulling.
I haven't
overtime.
seen him with the stash, but after he got his jaw surgery, I thought the picture I saw of him was edited.
Yeah.
I
I
did not
want-
know that he just looks like that now.
I want a nice fucking like bushy.
You know what he looks like?
stash.
He kind of looks like He kind of looks like he saw a picture of George Clooney, went to a plastic surgeon, and then showed the picture to George
It's like,
Clooney.
hey,
to
I
the
want to be
plastic
George
surgeon.
Clooney minus the racist tirade.
Yeah, but so he like showed the plastic surgeon. He's like, I want to look like this, and he was like, okay. And then he laid down on the table, and right before they put him under for the surgery, he looked at him and he goes, "You should get some plastic surgery too," and like insulted the doctor. So then the doctor was like, "Fuck this," and just messed up the surgery.
We're
Right
just gonna.
before he went under, he just insulted the doctor, and the doctor gave him George Clooney with a little bit of Down syndrome.
Mm.
Was that a little mean?
Mm.
I don't care. Zac Efron's rich.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I feel like you can make fun of rich people like pretty
dabbing
easily.
your tears with $100 bills.
Why did he do that? This guy is this stupid streamer.
This guy only has 2,000 followers, and he's made so mean
No,
to me.
I fully made fun of him because he's way more attractive than I am.
Yeah, it's a jealousy type thing.
But that stays between you and me and no one else. Didn't know he had that shit done. Oh yeah, so a lot of people are actually like insulting him because he got surgery. And then he was like, I don't know why people are mad. I broke my jaw. Like I had to get reconstructive surgery because my jaw broke.
Yeah,
He didn't just get surgery done because he was like, I'm gonna look different.
yeah.
He was
I don't know
fucking
any. I don't know
broken.
any Zac Efron facts right now. So
I just saw on TikTok an interview popped up. People were like, "So yeah, people are really upset about your surgery," and he was like, "Yeah, I didn't have a choice in the matter." And they were like, "What did you have to do it for a role?" And he was like, "No, I broke my jaw." And he was like, "Oh." That was the clip. He just like this long pause where the interviewer was like, "Shit, I don't
bad interview.
know what to say anymore."
Could be like, how'd you break your jaw? Would
I
you
would have
like
just
to
changed
get into
the
that?
subject.
Like
He would have been like, "No, I broke my jaw," and I would have been like, "Dang."
sucking too much cow?
I've never broken any bones because I drink milk, you fucking. And then just insult him for being lactose intolerant or something.
Actually, I drink almond milk. It has more calcium than cow's milk.
It also has more almonds in it than cow milk.
You're not wrong. When you put it like that,
Mhm.
it also is shelf stable, whereas cow's milk, good luck. It is now cheese.
Yeah, so I had cheese sitting out at work one time.
You also had cheese when you drank that milk. And you know the milk that I'm talking about that is no longer with us. Rest in peace.
That one didn't taste bad.
It didn't taste bad, but Zane looked at it the day after you had used it, and he saw cheese.
Okay.
So I just wanted you to know that we know
I
that
eat cheese
now
on
you
my
know,
sandwiches. I'll drink cheese with my cereal,
You know?
apparently.
Power to you.
Anyways, I had like stuff I brought to work for like making sandwiches for lunch and stuff like that. And I left the cheese out because when I got to work, I was eating breakfast.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, some cheese would go on good on this breakfast. And I left the cheese out, excuse me, till lunch. And then lunch came around and I was like, oh, I left my cheese out. And so I grabbed it and I grabbed my sandwich stuff. And then one of my coworkers was like, oh my God, you're still going to eat that? And I was like, oh shoot, did the cheese curdle? And they were like, yeah, probably went bad. And I was like, cheese is always bad. It's just expired milk, bro. And he was like, what? And I was like, okay, I don't want to have this conversation.
This
And
guy
I
doesn't
walked
know what
away.
cheese is. He's gonna be fucking absolutely flabbergasted when he finds out what butter is.
Yeah.
He's gonna be fucking
Don't even get me started on yogurt.
dude. He's gonna be on cloud 9,
Dude.
like the team. He's gonna be playing professionally on the main stage for cloud 9.
Yeah. So I know earlier, I don't know if it was yesterday, we were talking a little bit about scamming or like getting scammed.
Yeah, yeah.
You wanna talk about that?
Should I go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can start it the same way you asked me that you brought it up to me.
So I started it with a question, right?
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, have you ever been scammed?"
And I said, no, I have not been scammed.
To which I retorted, "I have."
I don't remember what I said after that, but you can tell the story now.
So fucking when I was in Japan, there's a dating app out there. I fucking forget what the fuck it was, but
Is it called like Tinder or something?
work on that. Work on that. It needs to work. A little bit of it. But fucking
Oh, it wasn't funny. Still
no,
laughing.
that's Tinder in New York. Come on now.
I was scrolling on Tinder. Sorry, that is a better joke. Yeah.
Fucking yeah. So I was on this dating app in Japan, and this girl. Long story short, it wasn't like immediately right, but we were talking, and then she asks for like to exchange nudes, and I was like, wow, solicited nudes. Let's do this. And you know, I'm fucking stupid at the time. Well, I'm still stupid, but not now. Now wouldn't fall for this stupidity. So that's good.
That's good to it's good to
Yeah,
to
learning
clarify
has
that.
occurred.
Good. Good.
So I send solicited nude because it was solicited. They were like, "Hey, can
Requested,
I have?"
yeah.
And then I was like, "Here you go." Fucking. Then they were like, "Cool. Can I see your face? I bet you're so hot." And I sent that. And then in my fucking stupid brain, I hadn't put together that my face and my cock are in the same message thread, barely even 2 messages apart. And it's just like, then the person, because I say person, this is no longer a female. I mean, it could be scammer, you know, everybody, women are equal, you know, they could be scammers too.
They can be equally as scummy as men.
Right. So fucking, it could have been, but I don't know, man. Fucking, they send me like screenshots of like my family on Facebook, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That's great. I love that. That's the nudes that you send me, because like that's not what nudes are. I don't know if you know this or not, but that you need to be like nude in the nudes. So could you do that? I didn't say that because my heart's fucking going on 11. I was like, I'm just trying to have fucking sexy time talks with fucking rando hot Japanese chicks that speak English really well. And I was like, that's crazy. To which I say, or oh, no, sorry, they said, hey, send me fucking, what was it, $400, I think, or $500, and or I'll fucking post this shit to these people or send it to these people. And I was like, okay, I'll go get them. Or no, they said go to a Western Union, and I was like, there's no fucking Western Union here in Japan. And I found out later that there was one at the base exchange.
Surprise.
Like, yeah, on base. I didn't know that at the time, but also if I did know that, not telling them. You know, crazy thought. Fucking. Did you say fucking? May I have?
Tyler, may I scam you someday in the future?
Gladly kick that. So yeah, fucking. They're like, get $500 and I won't post this shit, or I'll post this shit. And I'm like, okay, I'll go get the money, and then I fly to Facebook, the app, and I fucking click it. Privacy settings. Only me, only me, only me, only me, only me. Like, I fucking privated the fuck out of my profile. It could have changed by now because I know Facebook pushes out updates that like they really want to sell your data, so they'll push a little of those settings around sometimes, and be like, it's no longer only for you; it's for everybody. That's silly, but yeah, it could be different now. But yeah, I fucking privated all my shit, and then deleted the app. I was like, hopefully nothing comes of this. And I was so happy that nothing came of it.
Did you send the money though?
No, fuck no. First off, I didn't know there was a Western Union, so like I didn't know. So
did they ask for a Western Union?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm not. The most I know of how to send money weird ways is like MoneyGram through Walmart. Like,
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, it's the only weirdest way that I know how to send money. The normal ways: Cash App, Venmo, PayPal.
I guess they probably didn't want it traceable. Oh, I don't know. It's strange that they wanted you to wire.
Yeah.
That's so sketch. That's so sketch. No,
And
I probably wait. So I have a couple questions I didn't ask before. So they sent you pictures of your family.
Yeah.
And
it was like, so when you click on somebody's profile, and you see their little profile icon, their banner, and then like the basic shit about them, just screenshots of that page. of different people.
So what was, and this is maybe this is just bad. What was your concern?
That my cock was gonna be sent to my family. I mean, they've probably seen it already.
I'm just like, and then what? You know, like,
Yeah, I mean, it's just embarrassing, and I don't want it to be like they probably also would have sent the chat logs, which it is solicited nudes, but I don't. At the time, I just didn't want to be disappointing to my parents. But now it's like full fledged. I don't give a shit.
oh yeah, because I was like somewhere on someone's phone. I don't know who
Exists my
specifically,
cock?
exists a lot of pictures of me
Oh,
very naked, and not Candace's phone. And I was like thinking about the other day because Zane and I were talking about it, and he brought it up, and we were like, it was a fun night of
oh,
partying,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I remember
And
hearing this.
I did a funny,
Yeah.
I did a funny haha, and someone has lots of photos of that on their phone, and then Zane was like, oh yeah, maybe you should ask them to delete those.
What you could do. This is a 5-head play here. Open an OF and post those pictures there. That way, if they
So
post them,
then they copyright. Then I get
Exactly.
copyright claimed. That
you
is
can
a move.
sue
But
the fuck out of them.
when Zane brought up, because he was like, "What if they try and blackmail you?" I was like, "That."
What if they try and whitewail you too?
I was like, I don't really care. I guess if someone was like, "Send me $500 or I'm gonna post these naked pictures of you," I'd just be like, "Do it." Like I don't care. You know, like
Also, it'd be-
I'm not doing anything.
it'd make a great
bad.
video.
It would make a really good video. Like the pictures is just like, I think it was, I took the pictures on their phone in the mirror. So like I did it to myself, you know, and they just have those. And like, I totally forgot about that. So then when Zane brought it up, I was like,
Oh,
yeah, that'd be really funny. But like, also I wouldn't, like, what do I have to lose for that? It wasn't like pissing on someone asleep or like doing something bad. It's
Yeah.
just me and like maybe a couple people in a picture, and that's it. And
It's-
there's like
it's no Riley Reid controversy.
no, none of that.
Yeah.
No. But anyways, when you came out and you were like, "Oh, have you ever been scammed?" I was like, "No, I haven't."
Not yet.
But I have been the scammer, which led into a very funny story, which is a funny story that
This
I
turned
wanna
into a
talk
like a
about.
nostalgic fucking like
Deep dive.
yeah going down memory lane of
Mhm.
having a like childhood. key memory
So
unlock.
this has to do with a website called Habbo Hotel, and I thought that was a much more popular website than
hadn't heard
than
of
it
it.
was, I guess, because a lot of people that I bring it up to have never heard of it. But when I was in, I don't know, early middle school, maybe a little bit further into that, for a while, I was running a very deep scam ring on Habbo Hotel because it's this website. It's kind of like a chat room thing. You can have your own room. The whole thing is based around like a hotel. So you build a room, you put furniture in it, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But the furniture, or as they call it on Habbo, the fernie, it costs real money.
Fernie Sanders.
So you go to the store, you've probably seen these cards at like the grocery store or Target or Walmart, Habbo Hotel coins, right? And so you can buy these cards, and then you put the code in on the website, and you get coins, and then you can buy furniture from the website. But they also had this feature where you could trade furniture and items with people, right? So what I figured out really quick looks like a human club penguin. Yes, 100%. It's exactly like Club Penguin, but instead of penguins, you're just little avatars of like however you design your avatar.
and it all takes place in this large hotel.
Yeah. So what I figured out real quick was when you'd like go to trade with people, if right before they hit accept, you removed your furniture that you submitted to the trade, and then they accept it, they give you something in for nothing in return.
Yeah.
So I used to go in and be like, "Oh, I'll give you this really expensive sofa for like I don't know, a fucking lamp, you know,
Yeah.
some stupid thing." And they'd be like, "Pfft, what an idiot." Okay. And then they'd put it in there, and then you'd like hit accept or like, "I'm good. then they'd be like, I'm good. And then you remove it and click I'm good real quick. And then the trade goes through and they just give you a lamp. And then they'd get really mad. And they'd be like, hey, you fucking stole my thing, blah. And then I just kick them out of the room. And in Habbo, it's hilarious because when you kick somebody from a room, they don't disappear. They walk. So it's like,
Hey,
if you're like sitting there and you do a trade, they're like, hey, this guy scammed me. Hey, this guy scammed me.
It like forces them to walk out.
Yeah. So then they walk to the exit and then they leave. But it just looks like they, like if you click on the exit, you walk to the exit and then you leave. So you don't really know if someone left or got kicked. So it's fucking hilarious. So there's a double accept on. Oh, okay. I'm glad they took that out because, dude, I was scamming kids left and right. And here's my biggest
OSRS. What was that?
I'm not entirely sure, but I figured they were talking about the same thing of like trading stuff like that. But anyways, I never spent a dime or a penny on any of the coins. Nothing. I spent zero monies. When I first got on there, I was like, this is fun, but I want Fernie. I want Habbo Hotel Fernie.
I want to be a Fernie.
But I didn't have money, and my mom wasn't going to buy me stuff,
Welcome, SN.
What's up? My mom wasn't going to buy me any, so I had to figure it out on my own. And for me, the most logical thing was to go to furniture like stores in the game, which is like trade rooms put on by people, and then you go in there and you type out this long heartfelt message about how you can't afford anything, so if you could give me anything for free, I'd be eternally grateful, right? Or some bullshit like that. And then they'd be like, okay, here's a stupid picture frame or like something worthless, right? Yes. And then I'd be like, oh, sweet. And then I'd go and add it to my collection of free shit that I got. And then I'd start really low priced, they're called coin shops, which is really stupid.
You're literally just doing this. You're like, spare change.
Yeah, like the dude who owns a Tesla who stands on the corner asking for money. That was me. And so then I'd get all this furniture. I'd start like a cheap coin shop, and you can put on events, and it'll like load up on like, oh, coin shop, and then it'd be like cheap coin shop because kids are dumb, so they'd see cheap, and they're like, I got coins, but I don't want to spend a lot. And then they'd go there, and I'd be like, everything is 1 coin. And they'd be like, holy shit, that lamp on the Habbo Hotel sales room is 3 coins, but you're selling it for 2 coins under.
Yeah.
So I had this crazy profit scam going on.
Because you would 100% profit.
Yeah. And so then I started doubling down, asking people for free stuff got really annoying. So I'd do that every now and then I would just like trade with people, and they'd like put the coin in there, I'd put the furniture, and then remove the furniture, so then they'd just give me a coin, and then I'd kick them out. And I did this forever, dude. Forever. For like probably 3 years I was doing this on Habbo Hotel, and I remember my name on there. It was XX, they do like the lowercase uppercase X and then the word uppercase lowercase.
Those usernames need to be put in a fucking museum, man. Like that is
hold on.
Liquid nostalgia.
Before you say that, let me tell you what my name was. It was XX Winner. XX.
That needs to be in a fucking museum, man.
It was absolutely sick. And then so people would come in, I'd steal their money, kick them out. Every now and then I'd sell one of the things I didn't want. And then I would say it took me about 3 months, and I built up a fucking empire of crazy expensive furniture because I had hundreds and hundreds of coins from just scamming people and like essentially just stealing shit. And then I'd go to other coin shops and I'd lowball the shit out of them on like something expensive. And then they'd be like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Oh my God, you're so sweet.
Nice.
That's exactly what it was too.
Nice.
XX Winner. XX. So I'd lowball the shit out of them. And then I'd be like, okay, I was going to buy 3 of them, but whatever. And they'd be like, oh, okay. And then they'd put 3 in there, put the coins in there, remove them, and then they'd give me 3. So they had. So it's called the Habbo Club, and they had exclusive furniture. You had to pay extra money to be part of the club to get that furniture. So I had an entire room of these stupid green Habbo Club couches.
Fernie.
It was specifically the green couches. Those ones, if you go back in time and you look, those were like mad valuable. Like you couldn't get one of those for less than 12 coins.
This is NFTs before NFTs.
Pretty much, yeah. And so I just had an entire room of only those couches, and they were stacked in a pyramid. And then people would come in and they'd be like, "I'll buy one," and I was like, "All right," and then I'd pick it up. So like to insinuate that I was gonna sell it, and then we'd do the trade, steal their coins, and then kick them out. And then I'd go to another one, buy another one, steal their couch, and then leave, and then go to, and then as soon as you steal it, you block them, and then they can never find you again. It was a really dumb mechanic they had in the game.
Yeah, because they can't find you to report you. So
Yeah, they can't find you, and they can't go to a room that you're in, because if you're friends with them, they can teleport to your room. But if you just block them, they can never teleport to you.
that's awesome.
So it was this awesome scam and perfect thing that Habbo had set up within their website. It was awesome, dude. I was on top of the world. And then it got to a point where I had like literally, if I log into that account and I have no idea what the password is, there's a room that just has fucking gold bars, which took 100 coins to get a gold bar. And it's just lined across the entire room. There's just stacks of gold bars where I would store it was like my own fucking bank, and I made the room private so no one could get in there unless I let them in.
Yeah.
And then when I was like running a big scam on somebody, I'd be like, "Let me show you my bank." And they're like, "What?" And then I bring them to the room, and they were like, "Oh my God, you have so many coins, I can definitely trust you." And then I'd scam the shit out of them.
And do you know how this empire was built, baby?
Yeah.
You know how I got here?
And I never got kicked off the website. I never got in trouble. That account probably.
Well, obviously you're a winner.
Yeah. I don't know why I picked
Winners
Winner.
just
It was
win.
such a dumb name. I was just like a sixth grader was like, Winner. Some dumb shit. I don't know. But yeah.
XXX wiener.
And then I used to run other things where it was like essentially like musical chairs. And then you go around and then you have to sit down in a chair. Like, you know how musical chair works, right?
No.
But it was a 1 coin entry. So then the winner won the pool of coins.
Okay.
So they'd all come in, pay me a coin to play, and then the last person would win, and then I'd fucking kick them out and block them. And then I would make like 10 coins and not have to do anything.
Damn.
It was fucking awesome. But you couldn't play music in the game. So I'd just be like, go and stop. That like type in like go, and then they'd start walking in circles, and then I'd be like, stop, and then they'd like
You can
And
like
then-
actually sit down and like interact with the
Yeah,
chair.
another one was it was called like magic chairs, and then you'd like place a chair randomly somewhere in the room, and like they'd have to go sit in it, and then like whoever didn't make it got kicked out. It was
Oh.
kind of the same thing, but same thing. You do a coin entry, people would like pay a coin because they're dumb, and then they'd lose, even if they won. Dude, it was sick. I would thought I was a fucking genius, dude, and I think I kind of was. As like a sixth grader, I was scamming people like. That and also really funny thing. Okay, not funny, but it's kind of funny. That website had a horrible like pedophilia problem.
Well, it's just
It's
like Roblox.
It's a chat room with kids, you
yeah,
know.
any fucking kids game, any game meant for kids that is also online is just a breeding ground for, that's an awful word, but for fucking pedophilia and like pedos to fucking go groom kids.
Yeah, but I like to think that some some pedophile on there was using the game as
Oh, and he was
as
trying to
intended,
get to you,
and I fucking
you
scammed the
scammed
shit out of
fucking-
him.
Yes,
I
that's
like to
fucking
think about
awesome.
that. So he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get this kid to send me pictures of his feet," and then I stole 10 coins from him and
Or stole
blocked
his
him down.
couch. Yeah,
Yeah, and he was like, "Fuck."
he stole my fucking shit.
But dude, those were the nostalgic days. I was either scamming kids on Habbo Hotel as a kid, or I was quick scoping nerds on fucking Modern Warfare 2.
I remember, I think it was a glitch on PlayStation when the PS4 was cool. If you set your location to be Australia, all of the games are fucking stupid expensive because the Aussie didgeridoo dollar fucking is like, I don't know, it's worth.
Oh wait, so you'd buy something in
Let's go-
Australia and then get a refund in the U.S.?
Well, no, there was just like a game that was glitched that I actually wanted. I fucking think it was, I think it was Bloodborne. I can't remember. But I fucking, you would go to buy it and then you would switch your fucking thing back to America, I think, and then you would get the game for free. And I was like, okay, let me follow this fucking tutorial, and I fucking got it.
Yeah, I also used to scam kids on Xbox Live.
Microsoft points.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking miss those days. Where you'd be like, yeah, 600 Microsoft points for me to teach you how to fucking quickscope. And it's like,
No, so
thanks, bye.
so you remember Modern Warfare 2, they would do JTAG lobbies?
JTAG.
So that
Jason?
was no, it was JTAG lobbies. JTAGs were hacked Xboxes.
Oh, okay.
So you would hack your Xbox and then you could give people 10th prestige. Like you would just hack it. So then I got to 10th prestige and I was like, easy clap. So I would just be like, I'm running a JTAG lobby, instant 10th prestige, and they're private lobbies. So you just
Yeah.
join, I'd hack it, and then you get a kill and you immediately level up to 10th prestige. That was how it worked.
But you didn't actually have hacks.
No, not at all. No,
Yeah.
I didn't have any of that. But there was no way to prove that you did or didn't unless you were Microsoft. So I would be like, oh, if you send me Microsoft points, because I was too young to have a PayPal, then I'll level you up. And they'd be like, all right. And then I got so many Microsoft points. And then I just leave the lobby and block them on Xbox Live.
Yep.
And then they would never be able to report me because they couldn't get to me or like anything like that. My account never got banned.
Yeah.
So that was kind of sick. I feel bad now because there's like some kid who got his mom's credit card. I remember one kid was like, oh, I'm going to use my mom's credit card and then I'll get me and 5 of my friends. And I was like, all right, but you got to pay for all of them. And he was like, okay. And he sent me like, I think it was 5,000 Microsoft points. And then I just left the lobby.
That kid got beat.
Dude,
That kid got punched.
that
That kid got hit.
It was horrible. But I mean, I've talked in the past about how like when I needed money, I used to just take shit around the house and sell
Just
it on
sell it.
eBay.
Until
then-
one day the Wii got noticed of all
Yeah,
fucking
yeah. I
things.
took the Wii and sold it on eBay, and then my mom noticed it was gone. But to this day, I don't think she knows that I sold it on eBay. I don't know if the replacement one that I bought that was broken from from GameStop. I don't know if that's still there. But yeah, that was how I used to go. That's how I made money before I was old enough to get a job. And then once I was old enough to get a job, then I made my money legally.
Yeah.
And good.
A law-abiding citizen, some might say.
Mm-hmm. And I worked at this water park. Speaking of law abiding, I worked at this water park. And my sister worked there, and she did retail there.
Yeah.
And she was gonna get me a job there. And then I went in for an interview, and they were like, "Oh, we really need people to work the parking department." And I was like, "Well, what do they do?" And
They
they're
stand
like,
in the hot fucking sun all day.
so yes and no, kind
Okay.
of. They were like, you sell tickets for parking, which is $15 a pop. It's pretty expensive, but it was California.
Right.
And then there's 3 people who stand there and they park people because they didn't have the parking stalls, right? The lines. It was just a dirt lot. So they taught
Oh.
you the specific way to fit the maximum amount of cars in the main lot. And then they had exterior lots that you still had to pay fucking money for to park in, which is kind of dumb. But then they
Yeah.
had these trams.
They're running a scam.
Yeah, they had these trams that would pick you up from the outer lots and drive you to the water park, which was pretty cool.
That's nice at least, yeah.
But the parking department, one of our jobs was the tram attendant. And your job was to sit in the very back right, and you had an intercom clicker, and then you'd tell the driver all clear that once everyone was on and seated that they could drive away. That was pretty much it. And then you'd tell them like, please stay seated, keep all hands and arms in the vehicle as we're driving.
you
It's
think they would
about
have
a
an
2-minute
automated
drive, right?
message?
You'd
playing
think
that?
so. But what I figured out really quickly was that no one could mute my intercom. So I would just go fucking out of pocket weirdo shit, like funny ha-has on the mic.
Sure.
So then I used to do like accents, and then I'd be like, and don't forget to tip your attendants. And people would actually walk up and like tip me money. And I'd be like, oh no, I was just kidding. And they're like, no, man, take it. It's hot out here. You guys got to sit in the sun. And I was like, you see what I'm doing right now? This is my job. I sit in a fucking tram seat and I talk on an intercom. And then we go back and I do that for like 4 hours. That's what I do. I
Yeah.
don't need a tip. But then when you would park cars, one time I had, I think it was Travis Pastrana.
No
He
shit.
came through and he was like, yo, you guys are just standing out here in the sun? And I was like, yeah. He's like, you get paid good? And I was like, no. That was back when minimum wage was $7.50. That was what I got paid starting. And he was like, oh man, fuck that. I got you. And then he walked over and he had this fucking like
Briefcase of
sick
cash.
ass car.
Oh.
And he opens up the trunk and just picks up 2 cases of Red Bull and just hands it to me. And he's like, have a good one, man. And they were cold. Like his trunk was like like a cooler or something.
That's
I don't know
awesome.
what it was.
But
Yeah, he handed it
just
to me.
gave a
and I was
fucking
like, what do I
kid-
do with this now, man?
now you
Like,
fucking have heart palpitations. I'm gonna slam all of these and
No,
die in front of your car.
what I did was I just took it to the office and then put it in the office, and I was like, hey, these are free, because that would happen actually a lot. We'd have people who had have season passes and they'd come all the time. This one dude name was Bert. He'd go every single day during the summer. Park, I'd see him because I worked as much as I could because I was trying to save up for a car. And I'd see him every single day, and then he'd leave and go outside the park to get lunch and then come back, because as long as you like showed your pass, you could get back in and didn't have to pay again.
Yeah.
And so he'd leave and he was like, hey man, I'm going to Subway. You want anything? And I'll be like, yo, I'll take a turkey sub. And he'd go and get me food and then bring it back.
That's
It
awesome.
was pretty sick. Saw a lot of cool stuff. I met the rapper, the Game. He
No
came
shit.
through. He was rolled up in a Maserati, and he was trying. I was like selling tickets, and he tried to pay with $100 bill. And I was like,
We
dude,
don't take that.
I don't have. For one, I didn't. There wasn't like a bungalow with like a cash register. You had a fucking apron, and you went out there with $2,000 in cash, and you'd just be out in the fucking middle of nowhere, no security, no cameras. Like the first time I went out there and did that, I was like, this is not safe.
This is a pinata.
This
This
is
is
really
what I am
bad.
now.
If someone pulled up and was like, "Give me all the money," I'd be like, "Okay," and I'd just give it to them. There would
Well,
be
yeah.
zero fight. I would just immediately
I'm not gonna
give them
die
the
for
money
fucking
and
Wet
run away.
Willie's water park, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
but I didn't have like bills at that time to break 100, and I was like, "Oh man, like I'm really sorry, I don't have bills to break 100 to give you change." And I had no idea who this guy was.
right.
I had no idea who this guy was, and he's sitting there and he's starting to get like really fucking pissed. And I was again didn't know who he was, so I just see a guy in a Maserati, and I was trying to pay in $100 bills. He's wearing a fucking Rolex as he's like reaching out the window, and I was like, "Fuck this guy," you know? He's like this rich piece of shit being a dick. Like I'm standing in the sun working for $7.50 an hour. I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate you. I can feel the air conditioning blowing out of your window, and it's making me hard because I'm just that excited to feel cold air. I hate you. And he was like sitting there and he's like, "Oh man." It's like, "This is really fucking pissing me off, man. I'm just trying to get inside for my son's birthday party." And I was like, "All right." What I was about to say was, "I don't have change to break 100. Just go in." Because there was no, like, you got a parking ticket, but if you were a season pass holder for free parking, there was no parking ticket needed. You just went in for some reason. It was a very dumb system. So I was about to be like, "Just go in, dude. I don't care. I'm tired of talking to you." And he was like, "You know what, man? Fuck it. Just give me a ticket. Keep the 100. And I was like, "Huh?"
This
And
is
so I
a
gave-
much better
I gave
solution.
him a ticket, and he gave me a tip of fucking $85. So I kept that tip because that was very much needed on my part. And then I was like, you know, that guy wasn't that bad. and then later on, we had like little radios, and they would call them VIPs when like a celebrity was coming, and they'd rent out portions of the park or like a big ass bungalow or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, VIP's rolling up in a charcoal colored Maserati. And I was like, and I look and I see him driving away, and then the license plate said "The Game," and it was charcoal, and I was like, that was probably him. But he just gave me $85. I'm cool. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, I don't even think he took a ticket. I think he just gave me the 100 and drove in.
Well.
So I think I just kept the 100. What? Okay. But yeah, so anyways, in terms of legalities, eventually I promoted and I was a supervisor.
There you go.
And then this one guy who I'm pretty sure would smoke meth and then like right before going to work,
Love that.
he had like one tooth. Ironically, his name was Tyler, so sorry about that.
Ironically, his name was Tyler, or his name was Tyler?
I said unfortunately
Oh.
for you.
You did say ironically.
He
Oh, did I?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Ironically, his name
Can't
was
gaslight
Tyler,
me.
and just like how you love meth.
Right.
So I was standing there, and as a supervisor, if they were out, like if they were low on change, I'd have to go break their bills, which are usually 20s, and then go exchange it for more 5s, right? Because $15, people would pay a 20, you give them a 5 back, boom, lickety split, get them out.
Literally split your.
So I walk over there, and I was like, "Hey man, like, you need any, do you need change?" And he's like, "Oh no, man, I'm good." And I was like, "Okay." And then I saw like he had like a bunch of stacks of tickets, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense because we've been slammed today. And he picked up on the fact that you didn't need a parking ticket to get in there because there was no one enforcing the parking. You paid a ticket and got in, and it was just like, yeah, you're here. I bet you paid. So
Yeah.
he picked up on that pretty quickly. So what he started doing was telling people the parking was this amount and then take the 20, or he would charge 20, either one, and then just pocket $5 each time, which is like, cool, that's smart, right? Until you're stupid enough to tell your supervisor that that's what you've been doing, because I was like, why do you have so many tickets? And he's like, oh man, I've just been like, you want to know something funny? And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I do. I was really hoping it was going to be everyone who's come through is a season pass holder, but instead he goes, I've just been charging people $20 and pocketing 5. And I was like, that's really unfortunate that you just told me that right now. And he was like, why? And I was like, you're aware that I'm your supervisor, right? And he was like, oh shit. I remember him specifically. He goes, oh shit, man. And I was fucking like 17 and this guy was 35.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, man. And then he was like, you do me a huge favor. And I was like, nah, man. It's not that I hate you, but you're gonna have to go back and they're gonna count that money and they're gonna see the tickets that you have and shit's not gonna make sense. And then I'm gonna get in trouble and
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to explain stuff.
And then I can't have you all of a sudden saying, "Oh, but I told him."
Yeah. And I explained that part, and then he was like, "Fuck you, man, you piece of shit!" Like this dude, this was in California, and this man was talking like we were in fucking Mississippi or something. And I was like, "Wow, that's crazy. That I could have been a little bit nicer." Nah. And he was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Can I get security at the front gate?" So then security rolls up, explain to them what happened, which immediately all they do is check his apron, and they're like, "Wow, that's crazy that you actually did do that because I can see that now, and shit doesn't add up."
Yeah.
And also, I was like, if you were intelligent, you would have given out the tickets and then pocketed the $5 because then it would have leveled out.
Or you would have just pocketed the 15, right? Earlier.
Whatever, right? Just don't have the tickets and the sales because that doesn't make sense. Anyways, so then he got in trouble. Obviously, he got fired, and then I felt bad. And then when he was walking out, he walked over to me with security walking him off the premise. He walks over to me because he told the security guard, he's like, I got to go to the office to get my stuff. And they're like, okay, we told you to get your stuff, but whatever. He walks in, he looks at me, spits at me, and then says, fuck you. And I was like, that was really gross. And then by the time he looking down and looking up, he was like running at me and was going to jump over the desk. And then there was a security guard there, and I don't know what his real name was, but everybody called him Kirby.
Because he was good at sucking? Or?
Because he was really big. I didn't come up with a nickname. He was just like he was really fat,
Oh, like Kirby when he swallows somebody.
Yeah. And so when I met him, he was like, I'm Kirby because I'm fat. And like, that was what he said. And I was
Okay.
like, okay, what do you want me to call you, And Kirby fucking grabbed him, like his leg as he was jumping over the desk, pulls him back, and then his hands went out from underneath him, and he just fucking smacked the shit out of his head on the desk and then hit the ground.
Hope it tasted good.
And then he just picked him up by his shirt and just walked him off the premise while his face was bleeding, and then threw him off the property. And he's like, "Oh no, you got hurt on public property." And then called the cops immediately. And the guy was like, "No, I got hurt on this water park's property." And then the security guard was like, "No, I watched him. He just tripped and fell and hit his face on that curb right there. Also, he just got fired for embezzling money through our company." And the cop was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I believe you." And then arrested the kid and took him away. And I was like, "Damn, that escalated really, really fast."
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of a long-winded story, but it was pretty funny. I just wanted to clear my name because I no longer scam people. That was me in middle school.
Now you're I am gonna cuckold you for scamming.
Yeah, now I was like, fuck scammers,
Yeah.
And I did that. Anyways, I have do you have something else you wanted to bring up?
No, not offhand.
Because I had the other thing that we talked about that I wanted to bring up. But something else that light bulb flicked on in my head that I wanted to bring up. I don't know why I was thinking about it, but have you ever like almost or did accidentally just like nut on your face?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because recently that happened. Like, well, almost
Recently?
happened. Yeah. So like,
Oh, so when you were trying to suck your own dick, you were like, and then
well, no,
fucking
okay. So Candace had surgery,
right.
right? And so she's been in pain and stuff. So I have been, gotten anything,
Right.
right? So I was like, this is getting pretty bad. I gotta, fix this problem. And it was like as if the pressure of a fire hose was already in there, and then you just opened it, and there was no buildup. It was just it shot really far, really fast, and a lot more than I was prepared for. And I fucking like matrixed that shit where I was like, it like went up and it hit me like almost on my neck, but it landed on the collar of my shirt. And I was like, wow, that was close. And I looked down and it was just like all down. I was like, man, I feel so shitty right now. Like, I've never been in that situation where you just finish and you look down and there's just nut covering your shirt.
Mine's worse than yours, by the way.
Okay, it was an experience that I was
Yeah,
like, I gotta know.
So when I was
That was
in-
today, by the way.
That's awesome. When I was in Guam, the Strip is an awesome place. And by
Never
awesome,
been.
it's pretty much a lawless strip
Okay,
of land.
I believe you.
So there's this massage parlor. I didn't know.
Happy ending?
Yeah, my buddy knew. He was like,
Nice.
"Let's go get massages," and I was like, "Okay, like
Yeah,
that sounds
massage
fun."
pretty cool.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, you're gonna love it." I didn't pick up on it. Dumb, innocent, fucking brain. So we go in there. The first red flag to me was that they had a big like HD TV, like it was like maybe a 48-inch TV, that just showed a feed from the camera that's outside that just shows the street, and it's a really wide angle, so it's for cops apparently. And so my buddy was like talking to them, and I overheard like happy ending. And then she nodded, and I was like, "Oh, I mean, I didn't know about that." And he was like, "Dude, you'll love it. It's fine." And I was like, "I don't have like any cash on me." And he was like, "I'll pay for it. It's whatever." I was like, "That's sick. I love that." Fucking. So I get back there. It's with gloves on. I got the full massage, and then it's with like
You put gloves on
not
to-
like
to
latex.
jerk you?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, it's
Like
it's a
leather
hand condom.
gloves?
No. It's not like latex. It literally was like those lunch lady gloves, like where they don't fit so well. You know?
The one size fits all ones?
Yeah. And so she used this fucking god tier lubricant. To this day, I've never felt something so slippery. But man, we were talking about Old Faithful before. I giggled because of how high it went. Dude, I was like, I didn't know I could do that. I was like, let's go, me? Dude, if I'm right here, right? It got up here. And then I'm wearing my clothes at this point. Gravity, it comes back down. What goes up must come back down. Must come
back then.
Love
Dude,
that.
nice.
We're so good. We're synced up. But yeah, so it came back down all over me. Face, fucking shirt. And then she was like, "Okay, you guys have to leave out the back." And I was just like, "Fucking." And she's barely understanding me, and I
And
was
it's
like,
two dudes walking out the back, and one has cum all over him.
"Yeah, dude." I'm like, "Dude, I had to like snag a fucking paper towel to at least clean up the cum on my face because we were about to go meet people." And I was like, "I'm trying to fucking get the cum off my fucking shirt."
Oh my
Dude,
god.
it was fucking awesome.
So actually, speaking of happy ending massages, this one's not my story, and I'm not saying that because it's embarrassing. This was told to me. It was my coworker that told me the story, right?
Yep.
So we're at work, and I was actually asking people at work. I was like, "Hey, do you guys know a good massage place around because my back is fucked up, right? It
Right.
hurts real bad. And so I was like, a massage would probably help. And then they were like, they made a joke of like, oh, you looking for a happy ending? And I was like, oh, totally, man. And then one of my coworkers is like, have you ever gotten one? And I was like, no, I'm not looking for one. I was just kidding. Like, I just want a regular massage. Like, even if it's just fucking massage envy, right? Like,
Yeah.
if anyone knows a good massage therapist there that they would recommend. And he was like, dude, you want to know a really funny story when I got a happy ending massage? And
No, I was asking for where a massage parlor
well, so
is.
this guy is really weird. So I was like, I really do want to know this story. Like, you're a very strange individual, so I have to assume this is going to be a fucking awesome story. So it was a very similar thing where his friend knew of this place, and he invited him to go, and so he was like, "Fuck yeah, man! Like, free hand job." And I was like, "It's not free. You pay more for it, but okay." And so they go to this place, and they walk in, and this guy says like a code word or something, whatever it was, and they like nod to it, and then they like you just see the old school register that has the price on it. It just goes up, right? That was what he said. And so he was like, "All right, cool." Like they understood. So then like a lady comes out and she's like this young, like attractive Asian woman, and then she like takes him to the back and they go, and then she's like, "Oh, yours will be out soon." And he's like, "Okay." So he goes to the back and he's gone for like 5 minutes, and he's like, am I just gonna get the same person? And then he said his massage therapist comes out and it's this like old wrinkly woman, and she's like, you come with me. And he was like, oh, I ordered the special is what he said. And she goes, I know. And he was like, oh, okay. And so then he goes with her
Love this.
to the back, and he was like, it started off and it was just a regular massage, and he was like, which was cool because I also wanted that. And then she like smacks him on the back, like, roll over. And he was like, oh, all right. And so he rolls over to his back, and there's like a washcloth, right? Not even like a full towel, just a washcloth that was like covering the exact proximity of his ass. And then so he like picks it up, rolls over, and like puts it on his dick and balls. And she goes, you don't need that. And she just whips it off. And he said when she grabbed it, she accidentally like pinched his pubes with it. So then he was like, ow, and then, like yanks it off. And then she goes, shush. And she walks over to like what looks like the nut jug, and she goes, and he's like 5 pumps, just like dripping lube off of her hands. And he was like, oh man, this is gonna be like slippery. And she goes like this, and then slides down to it.
Come on.
And so he was like, oh my God, and gets down there, and he was like, I wasn't even hard. Like, I was not in any mood to be getting yerked off right now.
By Grammy Grams.
And then he goes, but nothing could have prepared me for what she did. And I was like, what, yerked you off? And he was like, I don't know if you can consider it that. He goes, because she gets down to it, grabs all of my junk, like dick and balls, wraps her thumb around his dick, and then this. So thumb around dick, and then separates the balls with her 2 fingers. So it's like one ball in between like ring finger and middle finger, and then the other one between middle and index. Like a claw method. Right? And then she's like is going like that.
With his balls tugging on him? Ew,
And
chill.
So she grabs and he's like, ah, ah. And it's like tugging every time. And she's just like this. She's like not even looking or paying attention. And he's like, he was like,
You could stop.
so yeah, he was like, I don't like it. And she's like this. She goes, why? And she's like angrily. And he's like, it's kind of hurting. You're like tugging on my balls. And she's like, calls him a pussy. She's like, you're a pussy. And then keeps doing it. And he was like, I don't like this. Just stop. And then she's like, fine. So then she like flicks her fingers out, and the balls like flop down. And then she just death grips his cock. Right? And so like squeezes it really hard and starts going like that. And he was like, I still was not hard. So it's just like flaccid peener,
Yeah.
just like being squeezed. And he was like, I don't know if that felt better or worse than the ball tugs. But he was like, I was just happy that my balls weren't being like, like strangled anymore.
Yeah.
And then I was like, so if you didn't get hard, what came out of it? He was like, eventually about 10 minutes went by and I still wasn't getting hard. And so she like lets go, walks over to the lube, picks it up and sets it on the bed next to me. And she goes, you finish. And then walks out. And I was like, oh man, so did you? And he was like, yeah. I was like, so you weren't even hard. And then she brought lube over and you still felt the need to just jerk off in this massage parlor, even though you weren't aroused. And he was like, I mean, the thought of getting one, like, I was excited for, but like, I wasn't hard because it just hurt.
Yeah.
So I was like, how did you get into the mood? Like, and then he said this to me, and I've never thought of this being method. He was like, well, I did the old slap-a-rooney. And I was like, okay, you can't say stuff in a way that you made it like it's a normal thing.
Yeah, exactly.
What
You
the
assume that
fuck
it's
is the
normal.
slap-a-rooney?
Yeah.
And he's like, when you're trying to get in the roots, so you're trying to get in the mood, so you just smack it back and forth a little bit. And I was like, and that works for you? And he's like, yeah, a couple times, and then it gets the blood flowing, and then eventually you get a boner. And so I was like, if that works for you, why did the death grip or the claw ball tug not work? Like, why do you like that but not the other ones? He's like, I don't know, man. You've never done that before? And I was like, no, I don't slap my dick around to get it hard. I usually am just like, man, sex would be cool, right? Oh, it's ready. That's pretty much how it goes. And he's like, oh man, sometimes you just gotta hit it with the slap-a-rooney. And then I was like, okay, so then you're just in a room in a massage parlor jerking off? And he was like, yeah, well, she was still there. And so then I was like, so you're in a massage parlor room and you're jerking off and this old lady's just watching you?
Somehow
And
that's worse.
yeah, and
Not
he was
somehow. That
yeah,
is worse.
That is worse. And he
Yeah.
was like, yeah, that's pretty much what it was. And I was like, okay, well, what happened? He was like, well, I didn't know where to finish, so I just went on the floor. Then she yelled at me and kicked me out, and that was the end of it. And the events that unfolded that he explained to me, like eventually he was just like, fuck it, and just jizzed on the floor and then she got mad and he was like, what are you mad about? And then she kicked him out and they left. And I was like, and that was your experience at a happy ending massage parlor? He was like, yeah, dude, they're pretty cool. I was like,
How'd you walk away from that with
you
that?
didn't
Yeah, that's
get
cool.
it. You didn't get a happy ending. You just jerked off.
Yeah, you got a
in the
nightmare.
massage parlor. That's all that happened.
Yeah.
And he couldn't.
You got some
It wasn't,
CBT and
it
fucking.
wasn't clicking in his head that it was not a happy ending. He just jerked off.
You got some fucking cock and ball torture, and then he just jerked off while an old lady was nearby. Like,
Yeah. And so I was like, I asked him, I was like, did you ask her to leave? And he's like, no, dude, she works there. I was like,
Okay.
that's not that's
Right.
not a sufficient answer, but
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right. But yeah, that story, we brought that up, and that just like unlocked a memory in my head. And this actually was not that long ago. This was probably like 3 months ago. He told me about that.
Oh wow.
But I also had I write down little like notes to remind myself what to talk
I have
about.
never been able to shoot as far since.
Yeah, me neither. I've never shot as much or as far as I did as this morning.
Dude, it surprised me, and I was like, I want to know how to replicate
Yeah,
this.
I audibly yelled actually, like, because I was like,
That's what that
"Oh!"
was.
Yeah, it was like a quick little burst. Oh, and I realized I didn't want to yell, and people would be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." Like dick in hand.
Yeah, I'm good. Like all the
Like someone
semen
opens
in
the
your
door
mouth.
and it's just like on my face and all over my shirt.
Are you crying? That's not tears.
Oh man, did milk explode in here? What's going? No, so actually not that long ago at work, on Friday, actually yesterday. Yeah, so not long ago at all at work. I was talking to this dude when I was at work, and this guy was he was like teaching us something, right? He was like explaining something. And so there's like I mentioned it a little bit on stream last night.
Yeah.
We had like probably 7 to 8 people like crowded around this guy as he's like explaining something, and he turns and he goes, actually what he said doesn't matter. He goes, I'll just make something. He goes, so anyways, and then this giant fucking bead of snot just goes down his fucking nose, and he goes, so anyway, and
No.
but since he talked, he goes, so, and it like puffed it out, and then he goes, and snaps back. So then it goes right into his mouth and on his face, and he goes, so what you do at the and all of us are like, we just watched this happen, and no one did anything. And it made it funnier to me because I was just like, I knew if I laughed, he would be embarrassed, right? But it also seems kind of fucked up to not say anything and people just pretend like you didn't just eat snot,
Yeah.
right? Like, you didn't just eat
Like
a
a
giant
spaghetti noodle.
You just
of
didn't
fucking...
eat a giant booger drool, right? And so I was like, and he like looks at me, and I was like started walking away. And I go into the other room and just start dying laughing at this guy just snot, and it happened so fast because it was like, so anyways, like that speed, and so I'm laughing, and then I walk back out, and my face is just like bright red, and just like beaming red. What's up, Levi? Welcome. I'm like a cherry tomato. And so I'm like, walk back, and I'm like, and then as I walk back, he's like, so anyways, what's so funny? He points to me, and I was like, you're gonna call me out, motherfucker? I'm gonna tell you what's so funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I had to walk away because of that giant bead of fucking snot you just ate. And he was like, what are you talking about? And then one of my other coworkers goes, oh man, come on. And he was like, no, what? And he was like, well, first of all, there's still a little bit on your beard. And second of all, we all watched it happen. You were speaking to the crowd and then ate snot on accident. Just accept it, you know, like take the L. And he's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Let's get back on topic.
That's what stage of fucking like the grieving process is he in?
What's up,
He's
Matt?
in denial right there.
Yeah.
Like,
And so I just started laughing again. He's like, come on, let's all be adults here. And I was like, it's funny, you saying that, but you're the one who did the thing that kids do, right? When like kids drool and it goes into their mouth and they go, and then they wipe upwards.
yeah,
That's what
dude.
he did, dude. He wiped up on his mouth to get rid of the snot. And I wasn't trying to argue with the dude, but I was like, come on, man, let's get back on topic. You know, like, let's be adults here. You ate snot on accident, and it was funny. Laugh at yourself and move the fuck on.
100%.
And he was like, all right, yeah. And then he tried to be like goofy, and he was like, it tastes good too. And I was like, no,
That's cringe.
remember when I said, let's move on?
Yeah.
Let's move on now.
Let's do that.
It wasn't even a snot rocket. It was like when it's really cold outside and your nose runs, but if that had like a certain viscosity to it.
It was like a long string, right?
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
like when you're pinned down your sibling and you're like, and it's like the spit and you go, and you suck it back in. It was
Yeah.
like that, but out of his right nostril.
And then he was like,
And it came out, yeah, he was like, mm. It was like the video was like, nice. You know, he did that. No. But it happened so fast, I wasn't sure anyone else noticed it. Because it was just like, and then wiped it upwards. And I was just like, and I had to walk away. Anyways, that was a really funny thing that happened at work that I wanted to let you know about because it was so fucking funny, dude. Have you ever seen and this guy was an old dude too. You ever
I've
seen
never
an
seen
old
a
person?
grown person do that. No.
Yeah, you've never seen an adult eat snot on accident?
No.
It was funny as fuck.
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't be able to contain myself.
If that happened to me while I was talking, I'd be like, oh, did you guys just see that? And I would call attention to it
Yeah.
immediately. Immediately. That's what you do.
Did you see how fast I fucking
Dude,
didn't
did you
eat
just see that
snot?
booger I ate? And people would be like, I did, unfortunately. You know, and then we'd move on, right?
You can see more of that on twitch.tv/KrabbyBoii.
And on YouTube, youtube.com/C.
No. /@KrabbyBoii.
Oh, yeah. youtube.com/@KrabbyBoii.
Yeah.
We're live on both right now. Anyways, so the other things that I wanted to bring up or the funny stuff that we kept bringing up to you on Instagram, right? Which I won't say yet, but it did bring up a funny thought in my mind because I work with a handful, most of them. I work with a lot of dudes who are the like, I have more sex than you kind of guys, you know?
Cringe. The alpha males, the
Yeah.
ones that want to have to posture up to any other dude that like challenges them in any
Yeah.
small
And I
capacity.
love just fucking with people,
yeah.
trolling and gaslighting. And so I started bringing up like a thought, not to people, but just more so in my head. That kind of thought occurred to me, and I know we have a good amount of LGBTQ plus community people who watch the stream, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
awesome. So the idea I was kind of thinking of, I had to write it down because it was a long thought, but I wrote it down because I thought it was funny. I said, "Do you think gay people argue about who's more gay, similar to how straight dudes argue about who has more sex?" Like,
who has more butt sex? Who has more gay sex?
no, just like kind of like, and it's not like a making fun of them. It's just genuine curiosity. That's
No,
also a
that's what I'm
funny
saying.
thought.
I'm still saying that. I'm still
Like
we're
if
saying the
you
same
and
thing.
I let's role play for a second, okay?
Sure.
So
And I can say irrefutably, yes. I've had several gay friends.
I still want to role play though.
You could do that. Candace is here now. You guys can.
No, I'm good.
No, I want to role play as two gay guys with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'll be gay.
Are we switching over to the other side now?
No,
Or
no. So
Oh,
I'll be gay,
lame.
and then you're gay too.
Okay, right.
Thank you.
What's
then,
my motivation? Like, what's my character's like backstory? He just likes
you-
cock, or
You saw in the new Thor?
Yeah.
Ragnarok?
Yeah.
No, not Ragnarok. Whichever one it is.
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok, yeah. You saw Chris Hemsworth ass because it's in the movie,
Okay.
and you were like, "Fuck, I'm gay now."
Well,
Right.
now I'm gay. Yep.
Yeah. So, and we saw it together,
So now we're both gay.
so we both turned gay.
Yeah.
And then as we were walking out, we both we're like, "I'm gay now," and you're like, "So am I." And then I was like, "But I'm gayer," and you're like, "Nuh-uh." And then I'm like, "No, I like Chris
So-
Hemsworth's ass more than you did."
So yes, to the other point where, gay people talk about like how much dick they've sucked or how many boys they've kissed, and it is
Well, let's say men.
sure
That's just a. Anyways, go on.
you made it weird. Fucking yeah, how many dudes
There you go. That's good too.
they tongued down, and it was so fun because he would always like be excited to talk about it, like he was a self-proclaimed like male slut.
Oh, I've heard that a lot. So when I worked at Starbucks, one of my, I'd say not one of, my absolute best friend that I worked with there, he would call himself, like he deemed himself as like the most flamboyant gay guy in the world, right? And that was where this thought kind of stemmed from.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be like all gay people are the same, right? Like, wow, just I was like, I wonder,
Yeah, there are like
But we had another coworker who worked there
here's
who
a funny thought.
was also gay,
Yeah.
and they would get into arguments about who's gayer. And that was where like that, because I'd never seen that anywhere else. So I was like, is this a normal occurrence where like gay dudes are like, no, you're not even that fucking gay. I am more gay. And it was funny, and they were like cool about it and stuff. But I was just like, I'm straight. I'm gonna not participate in this. I'm a straight white male. You know how bad that'll look if I'm like, guys. And they'd be like, shut up. Shut up, straighty. Something like that. Shut up, you dumb girl lover.
There's a guy on TikTok who did a skit about that where it was like fucking if being gay was the norm. He was like, ugh, what are you fucking straight?
Dude, I say that all the time. I say that all the fucking time. Is it the ginger dude?
Yes.
With the
I fucking
so
love
he has
him.
a sketch that I love even more than that one, where he's like if gay was not a derogative term, and he's like, oh dude, listen to the song that I made. And
It's
he's,
so gay.
He's like, dude, you made this? Dude, that's so gay, And that was the kind of the light bulb that flicked in my mind where I was like, dude, let's start using the terminology RGB.
Yeah.
Because it's like that's a funny terminology, and like I grew up in the time span of being like, oh man, that's so gay, that's so gay. Like that's when I grew up where that was like the norm.
I wonder what day. I wonder if you could point to an actual day where the word went from meaning happy to like being a term of like a pejorative, like where like you could just like, sorry if that's a big word, it's a bad word now, like it's something used derogatorily.
Probably, but
Like-
what I like to think of more actually has nothing to do with what you're talking about.
There's songs that are like fucking I'm so happy, I'm so
So
gay.
when you were talking about the dude, he'd be like, "Oh, what are you fucking straight?"
Yeah.
So my best friend at Starbucks, he was gay. Remember I said that?
Oh shit.
So he would do this thing to me all the time. I'm not someone who's uncomfortable with like really anything. I don't give a shit, and I've really been that way for the majority of my life. And so like I would be like getting down to get milk, and then I would like bend over and turn and like hit his hips with my hips, and I'd be like, "Oh, my bad." And then he'd like look down and be like, "What are you, fucking gay?" Like say that to me, and it was always super funny to me because I'd be like, "You're gay." It's what? You're calling me, the gay guy's calling me gay? And it was like this dumb funny joke.
Yeah.
So then I started doing this thing back where he would do something to me. He'd be like, "Oh, my bad." And I'd be like, "What are you, fucking straight?" And the first time I said it, he looked at me and he was like, "You gonna steal my joke?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "That's fucking gay." And then he walked away. And I thought it was super funny. And so I thought that I came up with that. So I'm gonna be suing that guy for stealing my joke.
Yep.
Anyways, but no, it was really funny. But his name was Michael. Michael, if you ever see this, I love you and I fucking miss you.
Michael, you will be hearing from our attorneys.
I would love to if Michael lives really far away, but he'd be really fun to have on the fucking couch.
That'd be tits.
It'd be really dope. So anyways, what were you gonna say?
I don't know anymore.
I just wanted to share that story.
It's a great fucking
You have a
story.
friend that always says you're so gay, then I say, "Oh, I know, I'm mega gay." Yeah, why don't you guys get to use that terminology however you want?
So here was a fun thought that popped in my head. Do you think there's conservative gays?
Yeah,
Like,
I've met multiple.
really?
Yeah, like far right.
That seems
gay people.
very counterintuitive. Right?
Yeah, I mean, to each their own, you know.
100, yeah, for sure. But like,
To me, that's just like they're like, "Fuck, take my rights, take my
right,
rights."
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like you're not rooting for yourself. What's
That's
going like?
That's
what?
like if you're a fan of the home team at a sporting event, and then you go there and you're like, "Fuck these people," and people are like, "You're wearing
all
jersey.
of their merch.
Yeah.
You have your
Go to
face painted.
Go to a Dodger game wearing all Dodger paraphernalia, and you're like, "Dodgers suck," and they're like, "You're wearing."
You literally put so much
You're
money
wearing
into the
all
team.
blue. Your
Like,
face is painted.
yeah.
That's how that is. No, but yeah, I've met conservative gay people.
That's crazy.
I never asked them like, "So why do you hate yourself?" You know?
Yeah, why when you look in the mirror do you want to be
I think that,
not that?
I think would that classify as like being a masochist?
No, I think it would classify as like Stockholm syndrome if I'm honest. Fuck.
No, yeah, it's an interesting thing. Mormon Trump supporting gays are a thing. Have seen that as well, Kigneck. But no, I thought that was a funny thought of like,
Dude, that video of the Mormons smashing the alcohol after they're offered.
oh yeah, he's
Sip.
like just slams down on the ground this glass handle of Tito's and it just breaks. Dude, I would beat the shit out of that
Yep.
stupid little church boy.
We hit stop recording and then fucking
Stop recording and I'm going to choke you with your own tie.
I'm glad at the end of that one of the people in the group was like, I'm glad that was free.
Yeah, if that wasn't, dude, okay, I've been in college and trying to get alcohol is really hard because you have to pay for college
Yeah.
and
It's kind
also
of
your
expensive.
job is school. Your job is the thing you pay for, which
Yeah.
sucks, you know? And I didn't have money, and so when I wanted to buy alcohol, it was a very like special event,
Yeah.
especially when it was nice alcohol like Tito's. And if someone slammed that on the ground, I'm slamming you on the ground
Yeah.
onto that broken glass.
Treat others the way you want to be treated, you know? So I'm
Yeah.
gonna treat you the way that you were treating my alcohol.
Dude, that would fucking piss me off. But on the topic of what I was saying of like I had a really funny idea for like a sketch.
Okay.
Like making a video of that, but like making fun of alpha bros,
Yeah.
but in the form of like where we play two gay dudes and we do the same thing that alpha bros do, but as gay guys. And I thought that would be really funny or offensive. I haven't really figured out which one it would be.
We could start a poll. Is it
But
offensive or
I
is it
figured
funny?
I would pitch the idea to the resident gays in chat and ask them if they would be offended by that.
Yeah. if
So, gays, is that offensive? I said
is
last
what
night,
offensive? Let's
I said
be
last-
clear.
if
What's the
me
sketch?
if me making a joke, a sketch like that, a joking sketch like that as a gay dude when I'm not gay.
Oh, like just like flexing how much sex you have or how much
Yeah, like
how
the
gay
same
you are?
like so essentially the example that I thought of was like when you know alpha bros are like, "Oh dude, I bought into this NFT. Huge. I'm gonna fucking cash out big, right? Something like that. And then if
Okay.
like, but instead of that, you would exchange that with like gay dudes like who went and like sucked 5 dicks last night. But then they're bragging to their buddy. But this, so the alpha bros buddy would be like, "No, dude, you got to buy into this stock." And then, but the gay guy would be like, "I sucked 6 dicks last night." And then they'd like have this argument. I haven't written it, but that was roughly my idea. Was like using examples of what alpha bros do, but then like making it into a satirical format of like.
So Levi
know.
says ew.
I think they were saying "ew" to the alpha bro stuff.
Oh,
Hopefully. Caitlyn Jenner is a fucking Republican trans woman.
that's absolutely insanity.
Oh yeah, Levi said NFTs are gross. That's what they were saying.
Yeah. They are, and I don't know if anybody's following this, but here's a little brief fucking news flash. FTX, the largest crypto trading site, was caught for like using their money to buy employees' houses, and they didn't have enough cash on hand to pay out when people sold. So everybody sold, and now
They crashed it.
yeah,
It's fucking well.
it's
Not
gone.
only that, but the
They're
dude
ba-
announced that he was gonna sell all of his the coins or the NFTs. I
And
think
this-
they're coins, right?
I mean, it's there are a bunch of different cryptocurrencies. Yeah, it's all currencies.
It was the and it was
It's
the
not-
FTX coin.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm selling all." He put it on Twitter, and people were like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna sell mine too." So everyone dumped their coin, and then the value of it tanked.
Yeah, that was one of the other.
They accidentally rug pulled themselves.
No, it wasn't themselves. That was another cryptocurrency holder.
Oh well, he
owner.
accidentally rug pulled them.
Yeah.
because he sold out. I think his profit was like just shy of 20 mil.
Yeah, and then they that same company, the guy that initially sold, was like, "We're gonna try and help them out with their liquidity issues." That lasted for a day, and they tweeted out and said, "We tried. Sorry." And yeah, so that's. I know a lot of people might remember this video. It was that like chubby kid who was like, "I want to be a billionaire so I can help as many people as possible." They did like a fucking like it seemed like a Darman type interview on him.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just seemed like a wholesome little kid. But it's all scamas.
Well, there's no good billionaires, so
Yeah, no such thing as a good billionaire.
except for Joel Osteen. He's a great guy. He's a pastor.
Yeah, he let like a lot of people in when the storm was pretty crazy in Texas, I hear. He like let everybody sleep in his huge mansion.
Love that guy, dude. He's so
Dude,
good.
we would be so much farther in the past, like as far as technological advancements.
That was
without
kind of
him.
an oxymoron. That was cool what you just said there.
What?
So much further in the past. That was like Back to the Future kind of thing. It's a fun little thing. Further, but in the past. I know what you mean, but the terminology sounds kind of funny.
Your terminology sounds funny.
Most of it does, yeah. I'm a
Yeah.
comedian, so
Is that what you've been going for?
typically.
Oh,
But here's the
I thought
funny
you just got a
part.
piss fetish. Like,
Here's-
are
here's-
all the Instagram stories like fake?
No, that's my shtick as a comedian.
Or are you peeing into your own mouth?
Well, how else would I get the picture?
Oh, okay.
It's not like they have a filter for that.
Didn't I was
That'd be
gonna say if
life-saving,
you were
though.
faking,
You know how
that,
much water I have to drink to take those pictures?
it doesn't look like much. It's pretty yellow.
Well, I was gonna say 0 because I actually only drink coffee and beer. Makes me pee a lot.
You don't
It's
drink
just,
beer. You drink Trulies. Not
dude,
sponsored, but
if
fucking
Truly's
sponsored.
sponsored me, holy shit, dude, holy fuck, that would be so
Hey,
exciting.
That would have been the freshest segue into an ad read, though. Like,
And I also, here's a fun thing, guys. I got my first brand deal offer from a clothing company that's literal shit.
well,
Not
no,
even-
it's
not even a joke.
Exclamation marked.
Well, it's exclamation marked.
Yeah,
Is that what you said?
that's exactly
Well,
what
you
I
said
said.
exclamation mark.
No,
I heard that.
Hey,
That was what I
fucking-
heard. That was weird.
clip it.
I'm not arguing it.
Print it and
was
ship
just-
it.
I'm just saying that was what I heard. I just got a text from Zane.
That's crazy. He's gay. We can have him on the podcast.
I don't know what his text said. It didn't really make sense.
What's it say?
Anyways, I don't want to read,
Read it out loud.
He said the N word 4 times in it.
Oh,
I'm just
darn.
kidding.
The Georgia came out, dude. The Deep South. You can keep the boy out of the Deep South. You can't keep the Deep South out of the boy.
So, anyways, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, but the joke that I was talking about of like with my coworker and how they used to have like gay level arguments. I thought it was really funny. What is a really good segue into how on Instagram, apparently my content heavily caters to the gays, and I am fully on board with it. Fully on board with it.
Yeah, the gays are. You're like the Belle Delphine. I made that joke off stream, but
I like it. Say it again.
so yeah, you're like the fucking Belle Delphine. This you're gonna get into it, and I hope you bring up the guy that
I'm gonna.
Okay,
I'm
great.
not gonna. I'm obviously not gonna name him specifically.
No, shouldn't.
Right?
No, he doesn't deserve to be ousted. He's just being cute because that's just the way it is.
I don't know if I'd call it cute, but yeah.
Well, it's being disgusting, but it's in a cute way.
Being disgusting. Yeah, I vomited, but it was kind of cute.
I mean, there was
No.
it wasn't like gross. Whoa, hot girls here. Duh. Yo, the chat and the chat activity on YouTube is like,
oh my god, he's getting so many chats.
was there supposed to be a link that you were sending? Because I think the auto mod just fucking
The links are blocked. BT dubs. So
get
that was-
absolutely fucking worked.
imagine being that silly goofy, huh?
Yeah, but hot
Anyways.
girls are here. You and I,
Correct.
the hot girls are here. They weren't wrong.
So, anyways, like I said, my Instagram content apparently heavily caters to gay men, and I was really confused about it at first.
Yeah, you are gay baiting a lot, with the piss kinks.
Apparently,
like-
yeah. So on Instagram, you can check the demographics, and it'll tell you like accounts you've reached. So I'll pull that up real quick. It might have changed since I looked at it the other day, but so the it says in the last 30 days I've reached 3 million accounts,
Right.
which is pretty epic.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. And I don't remember how to get to the demographics specifically, so it's gonna take me a little siggity second. You know what I mean? I think it's right here. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend a bunch of time looking for it.
Right.
Oh, there we go. I found it.
Nice.
You're gonna laugh at this.
Did they text back? Did you text back?
No, not the DM, the demographics. So I just
Oh,
pulled
okay.
pulled up the demographics on
The
Instagram.
Doug
okay?
demographics.
So, like I said, I have heavily been accidentally catering to gay men, and I couldn't figure out what it was. So, if you go to my Instagram, there's the most recent video that I've posted is a joke that I made using a song that 21 Savage is in, and it's like the song starts off with like clapping, and then he goes, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
And then the joke that I made was like you walking in on your parents while they're doing it as
Yeah.
a kid when you wake up in the middle of the
Hit
night,
it
right?
from the back.
It was a really funny video.
Yeah.
And it did really fucking well.
Yeah.
But only to gay guys, apparently. So in the video, at the very end of it, I was like, oh, I have to show that it's my parents doing it,
Yeah.
but in a safe, for work manner, right?
Yeah.
So I put on my
Just-
khaki shorts
Just some god
that are
tier
like
level
the
fucking
closest
twerking.
thing, yeah, the closest thing to my skin tone. And then I wasn't wearing a shirt, and my back is to the camera, and it's like we're in doggy, and then I'm just like twerking, like as if I have crazy good pump game, because I
Yeah.
do. And people really liked that video. So I'll show you my demographics. For the 3 million accounts that I have reached, that is the demographic for gender. 93% men and 6.9%
I wouldn't say all those
women.
are gay men though.
Agreed. I
Okay.
would not say all of them are gay, but all the ones that have DM'd me
Yeah.
are gay men. Those are all the DMs that I've gotten. And it's been a lot.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
There was
Oh,
one
gay
in
men.
particular that I was referencing.
It was the thumbnail, Krabby. Wait. Is the thumbnail?
Are you gay baiting in the
Oh my
thumbnail?
god, it is the thumbnail. I didn't even set that. That's just like when you upload a video to Instagram, they picked
Instagram,
that.
yeah,
They
Instagram's
picked
like
that for me. That's super funny. And the one next to it is me being choked. That's also funny.
yeah,
Anyways,
definitely
my bad, guys.
sends a message.
yeah. However,
That's awesome, Kignack. I'm glad you said that.
Now let's talk about the DMs, okay? Because these are all like requested ones that I just didn't even open.
Yeah.
So the most recent one that I got is from a guy, and all he said was, "I think I love you." I didn't respond to it. And then there was other people who said similar stuff or were just like, "Oh man, you're really funny and cute as fuck." And so I was like, "Oh, that's super sweet. Thank you." And then they would immediately take it a step too far. They would like send me their Snapchat, like, "Oh, add me on Snap," and I was like, "Nah, didn't wanna," you know. I just wanted to say thank you for saying a nice thing about me. And there was a handful of those. There was one other one. No, that wasn't it. I can't remember what it is. Anyways, they sent another really funny thing where they just replied to my story with their face, and they were trying to do like the Ahiga girl face, and they were like
Yeah,
some
the
weird
Ahigao
shit they were
face.
doing, dude. And I barely was able to figure out what it was that they were doing, and all they just said like they said something like, "Oh, my face when I see your story," and then they did that face, and I was like, "Ha!" I just liked the message, and then they tried to send more messages that were weird that I don't want to say because I'm not sure that they were telling me what they wanted to like do to me. So I just didn't respond to those ones. But the one in particular that I wanted to highlight was a specific individual that responded to the same video I'm talking about, the twerking video. And so they responded and they just said, "I think I got pregnant watching this." And I was like, "Oh, I know a funny response." So then I said, "I wore protection, I swear." And then they said, "I know, but I poked holes in it, huh?" So then that was pretty much the end of our conversation. I put up a story, the one where I was like, "I'm getting a haircut, 1,000 likes on this and I'll shave my head." And then I put up a funny picture with a really shitty bald filter. And they responded to it and they're like, "Oh my God, you would look so good bald." And I was like, "No, not actually." I was like, "I have a weird shaped head, right?" Then they send me a picture. And on Instagram, it's kind of like Snapchat where you can't look at it forever.
Yeah.
So I open it and it's just a black screen that they put text on.
Yeah.
And it said, "I know you're straight, but my God, I've had pre in my underwear the whole time talking to you." And I opened it and I was staring at it and I was like, "Oh, hey guys, look at this." And so I showed Tyler and I showed Candace, and I know how women feel now, a little bit, not the whole
You're
way.
getting a glimpse.
I have like just the tip,
The faintest glimpse.
I have
yeah.
just the tip of how women feel when dudes do stuff like that because like
Kinda nice.
I was flattered,
Yeah.
like being objectified is really fun.
Yeah.
And then it's not all of a sudden, like, and then it gets to like oh, that's kind of, why'd you say that? Why'd you say, we were talking about nothing that I would assume get anyone horny. It was like I was making jokes and this person was like, "Fuck, I'm so wet. My fucking underwear has pre-cum all up in my undies because of you." And I was like, why did you send me that? Right. And then they prefaced it with, "I know you're straight."
Yeah.
So I took it as like they're hoping I would be like, "Actually, I'm bi," or nope, she's a cover up, or something like that.
Yeah, she's a beard.
And so I just didn't respond to it. And I didn't know what to do. And they stopped, and then I think they unfollowed me and just like stopped talking to me because they got really embarrassed. So hey man, if you're the guy who sent that watching this, I don't know what to say there. Actually, I don't know what I was gonna respond to that, and I don't know what to say.
Still love you.
You
just
should
the same.
you should follow me again if
Yeah.
you did unfollow, because I'm gonna post funny stuff, and you can
You
feel
can
that way.
and all
You
in your
can-
pants.
I'm gonna post more. You best believe, especially after checking those demographics and seeing the people that follow me now. You best believe more twerking videos are going up on my Instagram, dude. I found out the shit that works, and I'm gonna milk that cow. You
Hey,
best believe.
All I'm saying is new bestsellers can be those crab cake shorts, huh?
You know it. You know it, dude. So, anyways, come and be daddy. King Mac said, "God, I hate when dudes do the tongue thing, instant turn off. Dudes on the internet need to chill the fuck out." So, anyways, come and be daddy. No, I think that message would have gone over a little bit better if there was like a sense of like repertoire that was set up beforehand. Like,
Yeah.
we were friends a little bit. But for someone that I had sent approximately 7 messages to, like including his and mine combined,
Yeah.
it was a little weird to just all of a sudden be like, yeah, I ruined my underwear because I was pre-cumming in them talking to you. And all I did was be like, my head is shaped weird. And he was like, fuck, weird shaped head. Weird shaped head. Head means blowjobs. This guy blowing me. And then he just got like super wet. Like, what linkage did you get from
I
those
think
things that I said to
somewhere
that,
in there
you know?
they respond back with, "Sir." At least said something, sir, to you, and I think that was them like seeing you in a dominant light, and then I think that was the catalyst for them being like, "I'm gonna."
That was a
come."
different person though.
Was it?
Yeah, that was a different guy.
I thought it was the same one.
So there's been like over a dozen people who have like slid into the DMs, and most of it were like really nice messages where they're like, "Oh, I love your content and you're really cute," and I was like, "Thanks, blush,
Appreciate it.
blush." Like I could be a double agent playing for both teams, super easy, right? Like Candace should be like afraid, and I'm not even the buy one, but it was very flattering getting all those DMs. And then there was the other ones where one of the dudes was literally like, "Oh, I wish you'd pee on me," and I was like, I'm not gonna accept that DM. Actually, I'm gonna not even interact with that. Actually, I think I might block you because that was really weird what you just said there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna kink shame you, but maybe the first thing you say to me shouldn't be telling me that you got a piss kink.
Yeah.
That's a little like,
Hi,
I
how
don't
are
know.
you? You know, like,
What are you, a
I
phone?
think you're
Because that was out
cute.
of pocket. Speechless. Go on.
Yeah, it was such a good joke.
I'm gonna pee on you. That couch is hot. What's up, nut master?
Yeah, we're just sitting on it.
I'm farting on it a little bit too,
Mm.
and there's a hole in my pants now.
That means
So
there's
my butt's
fecal
that
matter
much
on the
closer.
fucking couch now.
My butt is that much closer to this couch because there's a hole in my pants,
True. Yeah.
which is really heartbreaking. These are my favorite pants. I wore them so much that the ass is like wearing out. I just turned these into
You're just blowing the
assless,
back out.
not even assless chaps, which is redundant because all
Assholeless chaps.
chaps are assless. But these are just gonna be assless pants.
I think that would go over well on some other sites. Maybe even this one.
Dude, honestly, after the amount of DMs that I got, I was like, should I just start an OF? Like, fart kink reference. Oh my god. Like the amount of dudes that were like, fuck.
Here's yes, it's easy money.
Yeah, like, and it wouldn't be a ton because I don't think there would be
As
like
long as I'm the photographer,
hundreds, right?
like
I think I would want to do like what Markiplier is doing with like tasteful nudes.
yeah,
I think that would be fun.
that'd be fucking awesome.
But the thing is like Markiplier has like,
Like a gajillion people.
yeah, he has a lot of people, but then on top of that, he also has like more than one thing going for his body, right?
Oh yeah, he's
Like my ass kind of carries the show, Like, and I'm not afraid to show my ass. Like,
sure.
I have an absolute caked up little dump truck, It's not massive, but it's a shelf, dude. There's a fucking shelf on that dumpy,
Yeah.
It's nice, it's plump. It's a butt that you want to grab. These are Candace's words, not mine. And that would definitely carry the show. But I'm not like the stereotypical like ripped dude, and I'm not like insecure about that. So it would just be a lot of like booty pics, I think.
There's plenty of people that are into that as well, so it doesn't really matter.
I'm aware,
Yeah.
But I would want to do like tasteful booty pics. I think that would be sick. No lies. Pure facts. Do it. Show your ass right now. There's a lot of people that
No
want to see
balls.
my ass.
So I mean, we've already got one guaranteed subscriber on the.
I feel like there's probably more than one.
Oh,
and
I
they're
know.
not
I
even
said
here.
guaranteed one. Yeah.
Yeah. So
but-
like, Nutmaster's down. The guy that sent that message is definitely down. But what would be really funny though is because like there's I think one or two of my family members that follow me on Instagram. So then all of a sudden my story pops up like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna start an OnlyFans for my butt," and they're gonna be like, "Oh man,
Huh?
we were already disappointed in him. What's the next level of what's past disappointment? Like mortified? I mortify my parents." Like, I don't even, dude.
Disowned.
I can't even tell you how upset my mom would be if she found out that I sell pictures of my
parents
ass.
disowned me.
I don't think she would disown me because I think that's ungodly. But she would definitely be like, we have to have a talk. And I'd be like, oh, but I live
Donkey.
on my own.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, ground me? You know?
Donkey.
So, yeah, she definitely would not be on board with that, but it would be super funny. Family might like, I'll tell you right now, I don't need to test it. They will not support it.
Yeah.
My family is not on that boat. They are heavily,
Off of that boat.
yeah. They're on the side that they want to stop letting boats come to the country they reside in.
Yeah, specifically those boats.
If you just send them to me, it's not selling. No, I think what I have to do is get more followers and then build up more desire for like, I want to know.
And then
what
you
the
could use
ass
like
looks
some of the proceeds to fucking go towards like mental health causes and stuff. It'd be really nice.
Dude, I would absolutely sell my ass to help depression. Mine and other people's.
To help depression or to
To help depression. Like, I think
people should
depression.
be more depressed.
So
you think?
depression has reached a lot of people, but not as many as their potential
Yeah.
can. So I want to
Yeah,
help
yeah.
them,
Help it
crank
spread.
those numbers up,
Yeah.
No, but that'd be super sick. Like donating money to mental health awareness through my ass.
Yeah.
Like, where'd you get all this money? I pulled it out of my ass.
What was that fucking guy? Tommy Two Turn. Oh, dude. It just processed. That's good.
My name is perfect for you to start an OnlyFans.
Dude.
Nutmaster. Dude, and then in the music video, the Christmas diss track music video, I had the nut jug sitting on my ass. I can recreate that picture, but without pants
Naked.
on.
But your asshole your brown star would just be fucking.
Okay, well, you're the photographer. Don't get a good angle of it,
Okay.
God, dude. Your ass would cure my depression instantly. It's not only am I gonna fund cure
So
for
that's not
depression.
good. We wanted to spread depression. That's
I want to spread depression just as much as the guys who slide into my DMs want to spread my cheeks. Which is a lot. I just imagine they want to
I think they
tear them
want
apart.
their cheeks spread specifically. I mean, you are from the Pacific West
Mhm.
Coast, so I guess it works. But specifically that one guy with the pre.
Oh yeah, he definitely wanted me.
He's
to...
got a bunch of pre-workout in his fucking underwear. I don't know what the fuck he's doing with that. That's not how you do it.
Yeah, powdered fucking ghost pre-workout. That seems mad uncomfy.
That's
What are you doing?
it's probably a really great way to have like the caffeine hit faster.
Just seeping in through your balls.
Yeah. But
Dude,
like
you could put a rubber band around your balls with a baggie that your balls are dipped in of ghost pre-workout. And it's just rubber banded around it, so you're slowly just absorbing the caffeine through your balls.
yeah, it's like kiss my candy ass, but kiss my candy flavored balls.
Kiss my. I don't know any ghost flavor or not ghost. We got ghost. I do know ghost. I was thinking G Fuel for some reason. I do know ghost
Yeah.
flavors. Kiss my Swedish fish. That doesn't work. That sounds weird. Anyways, as a man who frequents gay corn, if you sell your ass, dudes will ask for hole pics. Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't think I would do it because I don't have
That would be on the elite
look like
tier.
I have a good looking butt and a, like most would say a cute butt, but definitely not a cute asshole, right? Like I don't have a cute looking butthole. And I would have to convince Candace somehow to shave in between the cheeks because I get a lot of crevice hair. And I'm too scared to
Crevice.
wax it.
I think once you make money off of your ass, just having it waxed would be like easy. That'd be a business expense at that point.
Oh, I think I probably would do it. I think I'd probably do it out of just curiosity, honestly. Please send butt pics, I beg you.
Down bad in the chat.
Someone gay. Depression. No, I think that's actually a very good business venture, and I'll deem it as my own, and then say Markiplier who?
Yeah.
Markiplier who? I should actually get as many followers as I can on Instagram, and then just like put it as like I want to beat Markiplier's OF page, and donate more money than he does to like charity mental health awareness.
Oh, it's like a T-Series PewDiePie feud. But
Yeah.
it's you and Markiplier.
Donating money to charity.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, I'm gonna beat you. And then he's like, you realize I'm worth like 120 million. And I'll be like, Father, please. Please.
Give him a handicap or something, guys. Come on.
What is actually inside of the nut jug? Okay, I wouldn't label it for no reason.
Right. It's pretty obvious, right? So,
I'm not a liar.
right, like
I'm a lot of things.
Seems
Hot,
like a really
sexy,
fucking
funny,
stupid
fucking
question,
hilarious,
if you
but
ask me.
liar, not one of them.
yeah.
Or funny milk. That is really funny. What I think it was. Oh, snot. I think I was gonna call it dick snot. That's what I think the new terminology.
Going off of the previous story where the dude fucking just said, not a fan of like cum rope, because that's what like
Cum
when
rope.
snot
It's like nerds
comes
rope,
out,
but
yeah.
jizz.
But when fucking snot comes out, that rope consistency, I would not want that coming out of my dick.
I'm picturing nerds rope, but instead of the red licorice that goes
Yeah.
down the center, it's just,
white.
It's just cum.
Yeah.
I'm not liking the imagination that is happening.
No,
anymore.
I'm shutting it down by looking at chat. That's what I'm doing.
I'll
That's why I'm.
castrate you.
I mean, it's better than fucking what I was thinking.
Oh. I think that's a consideration I'll definitely consider very heavily, is starting a booty pics OF. I'll tell you right now, Candace will immediately be on board. I should go ask her right now with the mic, because it's a wireless mic. I'll do that right now. You guys will hear it firsthand. I'm not going to be on camera, but you guys can hear me.
Streamerman not on camera, but we can hear him.
I have to ask you a question.
Oh,
It's a wireless mic, so we're still hot.
yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of people who are on board with the Dex, please be quiet. There's a lot of people who are on board with the idea of me starting an OF, but like tasteful booty pics.
Okay.
Are you on board with that?
Yeah, I don't care. As long as you're fine with that.
Well, yes, we would raise a bunch of money for like charity and stuff.
Cool. Most importantly, people get to see your tattoos.
I think most importantly, people get to see my butt.
I don't know. You have rad tattoos though.
Yeah,
So.
but anyways, but you'd be on board with that?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Okay, cool.
Dex, please stay in the room.
Point proven.
Let's go.
Send thigh pics. My thighs are covered in tattoos.
No, they were talking about me
Oh, I thought they were saying that's me. But well,
while you were gone.
fact stands. My thighs are covered in tattoos.
We could do
so-
booty pics for you, and I can just do hairy ass thigh pics for me.
especially if you get like really girthy, like muscular thighs.
Dude, I'm working on them. I want rugby player thighs, bro.
Going?
Sure. I shall take one. I'm desperate.
So the other thing that I was kind of thinking, once this concludes, because we're gonna be wrapping it up here in just a second.
Yep.
I am unbanned from TikTok Live,
Oh, a little after party?
so we could do a
That's
TikTok. We could
delicious.
do a TikTok Live after party, or after hours.
We can get banned again.
Probably, yeah. Probably.
We
I
didn't
don't
even do
know.
anything wrong.
I don't. I still. They never gave me an answer of what it was that I did or anything.
You tried to fucking appeal it, and
I asked
they were like,
them specifically.
"Nah."
I said, "What did I do wrong?" And they said, "You're still banned."
Did
And
they
I
just
s- I
Fortnite
think
danced on
that's-
you?
No, I said, "What did I do wrong?" And
they're
they were like, "You're banned."
That you're banned. I don't know what you don't understand. Like, you just got banned. Like, come on now.
Your internet cut out right as you were going to ask, so I'm annoyed with that. Oh, she said she said she doesn't care. Shocker, we've talked about it before. I was like, what if I started that? And she'd be like, yeah, you probably would get a lot of dudes that would want to see your butt. And I was like, I do have a cute butt, you know? It's a good looking butt. That's the only thing I'm proud of.
I will say, you were walking out here in your underwear. I was like, oh, hey, it's crap. Whoa.
That's one thing so I did a lot of running. And then when I got super into like working out and stuff, I would like wanted a really good like squat PR.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of squats. So it's like shaped well and like muscular. And then since I got hurt and I couldn't like squat anymore, it just kind of got plumpy. So
Yeah.
now it's just like this nice fat dump truck, you know?
I've been doing like those fucking humpy fucking moves with the bar type thing.
Oh yeah, hip thrust.
Yeah. I've been working a lot on my knee strength because I want good legs, but like I want built legs. But my fucking scariest like thing is squat. Like my knees give out and I'll just like fucking like drop the weight. Worse than fucking Zane did when we went away on our vacation, which wasn't really a vacation, but that's what I'm gonna say. But yeah, that dude got folded. He got crumpled.
Folded
Dude,
on the bar,
It
bro.
was hilarious because he bailed the wrong way, and I was like, I know you're probably hurt right now, but watching that, it was absolutely hilarious. You felt like a fucking bag of potatoes, dude. But
Big, thick, squishy thighs. I like that message. That was funny.
I want to be able to do that fucking like that like gym trend. I don't know. These muscle mommies really got me by the fucking balls, man. Like they'll fucking do the thigh jiggle and then they'll lock it up by flexing it.
Mhm.
Oh my
So
god.
that actually came from a really popular, and I don't remember his name, bodybuilder who used to do the jiggle and then solid and the leg stomp. He would like kick into it, so it'd be like jiggle it and then he'd go, and it would just be fucking built,
God.
and it was crazy.
Dude,
But
muscle
anyways.
mommies live rent free in my fucking brain.
Want a video? Appreciate the offer.
I think they're asking. If I'm honest, they've been asking this whole time.
Oh, I thought they were offering a video of their thighs. Anyways. Let me see if I had something else I was going
No,
to bring
Max,
up.
we need clarification. Are
Oh,
you
that was the
asking
last
or offering?
Anyways.
Well,
You got anything else you wanna add or talk about?
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. I like that video. Oh yeah, you said they're offering.
Sheesh.
You could get a thigh video, bro.
Are you a muscle mommy?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have a wife,
Yeah.
so I don't want to do anything that would be considered cheating.
Yeah. Non-monogamistic.
Oh, that's not the full one. This one is.
I just made a monogamy a really long word there.
Monogamistic.
Non-monogamistic.
It's still a relatively long word.
It
They
sounded
said
really good.
no. They're not a muscle mommy.
Oh.
The disappointment. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up the podcast and call it.
Fat thigh. Don't call yourself like that. You're probably gorgeous.
Okay, fat thigh is not a like insult.
Oh, okay. As long as you're not like using it as a pejorative.
Big thighs are not a bad thing. Anyhow,
True.
we're gonna wrap up the podcast here. So thank you so much for watching or listening. This was live on Twitch and YouTube. The whole podcast will be saved over on YouTube. I'll put that in the chat on Twitch for those who are not watching on YouTube. There you go. There's the link. You can go subscribe over there. I make other content on there, as well as the podcasts are saved on there in a whole separate playlist that you can watch and listen. This one and the previous one and all the future ones. So make sure you go check those out. Follow me on socials, especially if you want to see where the tasteful booty pics
where that
direction
goes,
is
yeah.
going. But yeah. Go check out everything else that I have. We also have a Discord server, so go join the Discord server if you'd like to be a part of that community as well. Oh, and merch. We do have merch. All the links are in the description for YouTube viewers down below. So, yeah, go check that out. I think we're going to move this over to TikTok Live after hours and
Tic Tac Live.
and screw around.
I'm
and
gonna be
have some
munching
fun
down
there.
on
It's
some
pretty,
fucking
It's pretty funny.
non-dairy Ben and Jerry's.
Sounds good.
I don't want my cheeks to get clapped by some cow milk, you know?
All right, guys. We'll see you next Saturday for the next podcast and on Monday for when I go live. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out.